Hello, my name is Admasachew. I am representing the civil society known as Higher Education Leadership. This was registered by the UKHMRC from year 20, from the beginning of year 2014 up until 2015, even if it has existed from starting from year 2012. The reason that I have not registered it before that was because legally it's not required to register organizations which have funding of less than £6,000 per annum. In year 2015, I have started to conduct my own ancestral study in Egypt. So I had to inform HMRC about my undertakings. Therefore, it's not in their database, but it's not legally required for organizations with less than £6,000 to be registered. But it has been registered at one point in time. Currently, I am in Ethiopia. I tend to divide my time between Ethiopia and Europe. When we look at my ancestral roots, I'm European and Egyptian, so I'm trying to move my organization to European Union. Now that the Brexit agenda is looming. Now, this presentation has got 3 sections. The first section focuses on the cross-cutting issues in addressing and countering the world drug problem, focusing on trends and existing circumstances. This thematic area, which leads to the Commission on Narcotic Drugs, is relevant, and it leads a multi-agency perspective, including the views of civil society organizations and others that try to push research implementation. I was an academic from year 2000 up until 2011 in the UK. So the next step for me is to focus on research implementation as from a leadership perspective, not from an academic perspective. When you look at the academics, they tend to be highly funded, and also they try to measure impact by looking at citation algorithms and other similar enigma, which is the byproduct of peer-to-peer review. But that is not enough. The open resource education and other digital movements are also ways of disseminating knowledge, but that still we see a lot of research not being implemented. Universities nowadays are offering knowledge transfer and partnership dictums, but how inclusive they are and their engagement agenda is questionable, since some of the research I myself has worked on, including cultural psychiatry, has not been properly implemented. When we look at the second section, it focuses on the interrelated nature of unemployment, labor anomaly, crime and drug abuse. If we focus on the socio-economic and cultural factors that lead to drug abuse, unemployment and labor anomaly will not be excused by society. Therefore, people may end up using a drug, which leads to mental illness, or vice versa. When pushing the forward agenda to internalization of drug classification and mental health framework, this is very important. But it's not by foregoing cultural psychiatry and traditional norms. When we look at the last section, making research implementation compulsory, a lot of research ends up with policymakers. Often they are the bodies which fund such enigma. No matter, still there needs to be a lot of funding, institutional support, and so on, in order to make it possible. Thank you for listening.